Alright, so today we're looking at Spawn, the most damaging DLC character in NetherRealm history, and honestly, he's one of the most damaging characters, period. At least when it comes to not relying on buffs or crushing blows, other things of that nature, Spawn's flat damage is some of the best in the entire series. And don't misunderstand, Spawn absolutely does have ways of buffing his damage, and he also has the craziest crushing blow combo in the entire game, but even so, without all of that, his damage is still quite crazy. And if you don't believe me, well, seeing is believing. Here is a regular combo with Spawn. No crushing blows, no damage buffs, just basic damage from Spawn, and as you can see, look at that health bar. D'Vorah is almost half dead. That was a regular combo. This combo you just saw can happen at any point during the match. There's no special requirements whatsoever. The only thing Spawn needs for this combo to work is 2 bars of meter, and guess what? You start off with 2 bars of meter, so yeah, this combo is ready by default. And you might be thinking, well, Underdog, you don't always have 2 bars of meter, right? Maybe you do a wake up attack, or a flawless block reversal, something of that nature. That is true, but guess what? Spawn has this move right here. This attack does a ton of damage when you meter burn it. Or in other words, even if you only have 1 bar of meter, Spawn is getting absolutely ridiculous damage with this move. And once again, seeing is believing, so here's an optimal combo with Spawn that only costs 1 bar of meter, and just look at the health bar, look at that damage. Getting this much damage for 1 bar of meter is unheard of in this game. In fact, we're approaching Mortal Kombat X territory. A mid-screen combo that does this much damage is insane, even by Mortal Kombat X standards. Now, of course, in the corner, everything changes, right? Mortal Kombat X has some insane corner combos that do tons of damage without any meter whatsoever, but from mid-screen, this is pretty nuts for 1 bar. And I'm not sure if you noticed, but this special move, Fatal Phantasm, also restands the opponent, which means they just don't get any wake-up options. And in Mortal Kombat 11, that's a really big deal. Because every time your character gets knocked down in this game, it's a mix-up for your opponent. They have to guess between forward roll, back roll, delayed wake up 3, or wake up 2. There's so many options. So the fact that Spawn's most damaging special move restands you and takes away every single one of those options is absolutely insane. And in fact, it's a good reason not to spin the bar sometimes, even if you have it, because yeah, damage is great, but sometimes taking away that knockdown is even better, especially if you have the opponent cornered, because yep, you guessed it, you're at frame advantage with this move. You're at +5, which means you can force a throw, you can force a down 1, you can force a mid, all that amazing stuff. So just in case any of you watching have ever wanted to try Spawn, just know this move in the corner is absolutely insane due to its restand properties, but it's also the most damaging special move Spawn has if you want to spin the bar. And since this video is all about damage, why not talk about the unbreakable damage? As many of you know, this game does not have a traditional combo breaker. Instead, it has breakaway. And guess what? Breakaway is only possible if the opponent launches you into the air. If your character is standing the whole combo, then you just don't get to escape any of the damage. And as a result, Spawn gets crazy unbreakable damage when you combine his Letha Glide with his Fatal Phantasm. Because guess what? The opponent can't break away from Fatal Phantasm until the very end, so there's no point anyway. But yeah, you get the idea. They can't escape any of this damage. Spawn's most damaging special move just beats breakaway. It's amazing. So yeah, here's the full combo, and keep in mind, nobody can break away from this. Now, it's not the best unbreakable damage in the game, but it's so darn easy, and the damage is still really high. Almost 33%, so in case you don't love math, that's 1/3 of the opponent's life bar already gone. Do this combo 3 times and you win the round. And that's pretty crazy because keep in mind, this combo only costs 1 bar, which means you're guaranteed to get it twice, right? The opponent can't escape once you land that jumping punch. And in fact, even without the jumping, the damage is still pretty high for just 1 bar of meter and just 2 buttons into special. Yeah, that's pretty good damage. Once again, it's not the most damaging guaranteed combo in the game. I believe Sindel and Johnny Cage hold that title, but even so, this combo is so stupid easy and it still does 1/3 damage every time Spawn touches you. And I've already mentioned the corner a couple times in this video, but in those examples, Spawn had cornered D'Vorah. Guess what? When Spawn himself gets cornered, he becomes one of the most dangerous characters in the entire game. And the reason why is this forward throw right here. Normally, it's just a regular throw, nothing special about it, but guess what? If Spawn's cornered, it becomes a crushing blow. Now, to show that off, I gotta have D'Vorah come at me a little bit. Come at me, girl. Let's go, dash forward, let me throw you. So check it out. I'm gonna hold the button and look at the damage we get. Boom, goes up a tiny bit, right? But even better, look at that stagger. D'Vorah is held in place for a long time, more than enough time to jump forward and keep the combo going. Or in other words, if you corner Spawn, here's the combo you can expect to get hit with. As always, the damage is stupid high, and best of all, Spawn has carried you all the way to the mid-screen, which means he's nowhere near the corner. He's essentially taken the corner threat off the table completely. But now we have my favorite part. In Mortal Kombat 11, you have to guess which throw is coming and press a different button. And of course, the forward throw for Spawn has all the big damage damage, so that's what you're gonna expect and that's what you're gonna break. However, if the Spawn player knows that, he can just do a back throw, and guess what? Now you're cornered. Yeah, NetherRealm gave Spawn a win-win situation with this throw. Either he lands the forward throw and gets a crazy damaging combo and escapes the corner, or the opponent knows that and he back throws them and gets the corner on them. Yeah, like I said, it's a win-win situation. Now Spawn's corner damage isn't anything crazy compared to his regular damage in most situations, but even so, having the corner is a big deal because you're right in the opponent's face, you can force frame traps, restands, all that stuff. Because don't forget about this move, Fatal Phantasm, right? And every combo with this move gets some plus frames, go for throws, all that amazing stuff. Frame traps for days. And you know what? Not enough people talk about this, but Spawn also has some really good air-to-air combos. If the opponent jumps forward and you jump forward, he can get some crazy damage. And once again, that's thanks to Lethal Glide and Fatal Phantasm. When you combine these two things together, Spawn's air-to-air combo damage is one of the best in the game. Okay, but now it's time for something special. Do you recall how earlier I said that Spawn does have buffs? That's 100% true. One of them is invoking the Legion. Nobody else in the game can do this. Look at the health bar right above Spawn. My Fatal Blow has been activated, even though I have full health. Yeah, that's right. Spawn can activate his Fatal Blow whenever he wants to, as long as he has this special move. Now, the trade-off is it does less damage, and I'm actually curious how much the damage gets lessened because I never use this move. Okay, so 224, so it does 22% instead of 32%. Or in other words, you're losing about 1/3 of the damage you would normally get from his Fatal Blow, which is not ideal, but consider this. What if the opponent's already close to death? You activate Fatal Blow, do a combo, boom, they're dead. And I know what you're thinking. Underdog, that's not a buff, you did less damage. Well, get this. If you activate the same special move when you're below 30% life, you get a more damaging version of your existing Fatal Blow. And the reason why is because once you're below 30%, you gain access to the Fatal Blow. So to make this move not be useless, it gives you a buff. Look at this, 35%. Now, it's not a crazy difference, and honestly, in truth, I do think the buff should have been a bit higher, maybe 1/3 more damage, because normally it's 1/3 less, right? So why not give 1/3 more damage when you have the Fatal Blow activated and do this special move? That would make the most sense to me. However, even so, a damage buff is still a damage buff, and stuff like this will do even more damage than normal. Boom, look at that, 55% for a basic combo into Fatal Blow. Didn't even cost 2 bars, just 1 bar. So yeah, that extra damage goes a long way, surprisingly. Once again though, I do think the damage should have been more, but you get the idea. Spawn can make his damage even crazier than it already is with special moves like this. Although, if I'm being honest, fair warning, I don't recommend using this move. It's a very big gimmick. At the casual level, it can be fun. If you're on the couch with your buddies playing, it can be okay, but at the competitive level, this move is not worth using, trust me. Oh man, but next up, we have the craziest move in Spawn's entire arsenal, and its name is Soul Forfeit. It costs you 1 bar of offensive meter permanently. It's just gone forever. However, the trade-off is you get every crushing blow now for free. That's right, there's no longer any requirements. You can get them as long as you land the string or the special move or the normal, you're getting that crushing blow. And that's a bigger deal than you might think because the requirements on some of these crushing blows is absolutely stupid. Like for example, this one. Let me find it. Yeah, right here, Heaven and Hell. The requirement on this move is so stupid. You have to land the 3rd hit by itself. That's a problem because guess what? The 3rd hit is nothing special. It's a mid. It's not a mix-up. There is no reason for the opponent to get hit by this. The only time the opponent would ever get hit by this is if you have the command grab, maybe, and they're scared of an unblockable or something, so they jump, and in that case, they'll get caught by the 3rd hit, but that's the only scenario I can think of where the 3rd hit would land by itself. Or to put it a different way, landing this crushing blow against a skilled opponent is never going to happen. It's next to impossible, so thankfully, this special move exists. You can do Soul Forfeit, and now it's way easier to land this crushing blow. And hey, don't forget about that throw crushing blow. No longer does Spawn need the corner. He can land this thing anywhere on screen and just get all the damage. Yeah, this special move is wild. Soul Forfeit is insane as a special move. Now, of course, there is a tiny catch. The crushing blows do slightly less damage than they normally would, so that's the cost. Which, if you ask me, that was completely unnecessary because you're already giving up an entire bar of meter for the remainder of the match. So I personally think the crushing blow damage should have stayed the same because giving up a bar of meter is already a big enough price to pay. But I know what you're asking. Oh yeah, I know what you want. You want to see what happens when you combine every crushing blow into the same combo. Well, guess what? I'm too lazy to do it. So instead, here's Super doing that exact combo. I recommend you check out his channel. He plays online every single day, and the man's an absolute Chad. I can't even imagine how long it took him to pull off this combo online against an actual opponent with a pulse. But as you can see, the damage is absolutely ridiculous if you chain all these crushing blows together in the same combo. And this combo right here is why I said that Spawn is one of the most damaging characters in the entire Mortal Kombat series. What other character can get this much damage in the same combo in a NetherRealm game? I can't think of a single one. Alright, and there you have it everyone, the most damaging DLC character in NetherRealm history, if not the most damaging character overall when you consider all the crazy stuff that he can do. No matter what the case may be, at the very least, Spawn is one of the most damaging characters in NetherRealm history. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below, it helps my channel out a ton, and then keep that combo going by subscribing and ringing that bell, that way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.